Going live, another podcast, Go Rogue Podcast, you know what I'm talking about? Check it out, baby. Pop crazy. Pop crazy. Turn it up, baby. What's up, Mr. D?
They taking shots, no alcohol, it's killing season. Stick to the script like Spider-Man climbing up the ladder. You ask the question, we answer my chain and talk. Fight for what you believe in. Stay with yourself, the best lesson.
Why would you think I drink?
One day you gone.
So you stereotyping me.
You
stereotyping me.
This was between me and him.
I'm being racist over here. I'm feeling real.
I don't care.
Go Rogue Podcast. What up, Mr. D?
Right here.
Go Rogue Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Going live. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Go like and subscribe. Go like and subscribe. Go Rogue Podcast on YouTube. You know what it is. You know what I'm saying? About to get it on and popping like we do all the time.
Win, don't care how.
That's all good, baby. I told you though. I told you.
Did I do anything wrong?
No.
Going live. Hey, we got a very special guest in this bitch, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, take out the shirt too. Hey, big shout out to Cliche. You know what I'm saying? My boy, Bubba. Your daughter got something going, baby. Got these shirts, y'all check them out, baby. Go Rogue Podcast. I'm gonna let my boy introduce himself, but we're gonna take these shots like we do and christen this thing.
What's up, everybody?
What's up? Ooh, Pop got one too, y'all, this time. Pop got one.
I have a
Hey.
ward in here.
What's up, man? So introduce yourself, man. Where you from, baby?
What's up, everybody? I'm from, raised in Garland, born in New Orleans.
What's your name? You know, let me know.
Yeah. So my name is Innocent Malik, and
Malik.
I've heard every single name you could call me: guilty, not so innocent, inocente, inocencio. I've heard it all in Spanish to everything.
That's what's up,
Yeah.
man. So you from Austin?
No, so basically, I graduated college in 2002, and I've been living here for the last 19 years.
Where you from originally?
So, born in New Orleans, my parents divorced and moved to Dallas, a suburb in Garland.
Okay. So
Kinda right there with
are
high
you a New Orleans fan or a Cowboys fan? That's
Lindsay,
a
what
good
do you-
question, right?
Look,
Yeah, that's a good question.
I cheer for every Texas team.
Okay, let's go, baby. Cowboys stand
go.
up. It's all yeah. You know what I'm talking about? UT, let's go, baby. Shit. Yeah. So you said, what college did you go to?
I went to Howard Payne University, a small private school in West Texas. Yeah.
What was your major again?
So business administration, and I also played college football there and ran track.
Damn. What position were you at?
Defensive back.
Okay, man.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
So
Let's
yeah.
go.
Three years started, 2-time first team all conference, all American, tried out for the Cowgirls. Those Cowboys.
Oh.
Excuse me, Cowboys.
Hey, cut.
Didn't make it.
Hey, cut. Oh man. No, for real though, you did?
Yeah.
And
Back in
happened?
2002.
Damn.
So, you know, when you come from a small school, it was a small tryout. They had other guys from Texas there, TCU, A&M, smoked them dudes.
Damn.
On paper, if I'd have had D1 on there, I would have made it. But, you know, when you're not, you're from a small private school, you don't get the
That's
look.
fucking badass, man.
Yeah.
Not too many people can say that they fucking tried out for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
You know, I think he mispronounced it earlier, but it's all
Yeah, it was a February around 9 in the morning. It's probably like 60 degrees. So it was cold. And right out the gate, I ran like a 4.51.
Damn.
You know, on slippery at the old Texas Stadium.
Yeah.
And if you've ever played on it or been on it, you know, that turf is like concrete. It's
Now
hard.
in Arlington, right?
Yeah, the new one.
Yeah.
So you ran the full.
My fastest was a 4.46.
50 yard or whatever.
40 yard.
40 yard.
What's the fastest that anybody can run? Like, it's a 4.
They say Bo Jackson ran like a 4.17.
Damn.
And the 50.
The 40 yard.
40.
Yeah.
Damn.
What about? When I ran track in school, I'm thinking my time. I don't want to brag or nothing. think my shit might have been up there like with Carl Lewis and all that.
Yeah.
No, that's what's up. I ain't knocking you.
Hey, my father-in-law ran a 10-2 in the 100-yard dash.
And see, that's good right there.
That's smoking.
Honestly,
Yeah.
my shit was like a 10-5.
Yeah, I mean, that's moving.
Yes.
I can't run. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I did play a little football, and well, I ain't even gonna say high school. I played. We ain't even gonna talk about
high
that,
school?
but yeah, no. But
Middle school?
Nah,
Pee
yeah,
Wee?
middle
Pop
school,
Warner?
middle school, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But that's what's up, man. Cowboys, and so what happened, lady? You tried out.
Just to get the call back. Even though I beat them in every category, the 40-yard, the bench press.
Basically, it was just running. Y'all had to do.
Well, it was like a trial like you would see on the NFL Combine. You do the 40-yard dash, the obstacle, the bench press.
We
did that. Yeah.
That's what's up.
I mean, for a defensive back, I'm still about 200 pounds, but I was more leaner and obviously a little bigger, muscle mass wise. But I bench pressed 325 for a DB. That's pretty good. I mean, you can look up NFL DBs. I'm not talking about the first round draft picks, but I could have been like a lower tier, maybe a tryout. Just give me a shot. I just need someone to give me a shot.
So what would be the smallest guys at the trial? What's the lowest weight?
Well, size really doesn't matter. It's all your heart. So I mean, if you look at guys, who's that receiver playing for Kansas City? That little dude, but he's stout though. He's short but super fast. But there's guys that've been in the NFL that are 170 pounds, 180.
What do you think
The short ones are like the fastest.
Yeah, they're gonna be super
Cole
quick.
Beasley from Cowboys.
Right. Super shifty. They're hard to cover in the slot. They give any DB hell.
What, the little guys? They probably weigh that much.
Yeah, but 175 would that be like the lowest probably?
Yeah, 175, I can feel that.
Yeah, you know what, 200.
No, you're gonna get killed. Those are grown men. Trust me.
What about 160?
It's gonna be tough. You're gonna get hurt. That's what they were bringing up about that receiver from Alabama that won the Heisman. He's only by about 180, 185.
What's his name again?
The Heisman Trophy winner.
What's his name again?
I don't remember his name,
Damn.
but he runs smooth routes.
Yeah.
He rarely gets hit, and he's fast.
Who picked him up?
I mean, he was like the fifth or sixth pickup in the draft.
Yeah, I forgot.
So think of guys like Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt.
Yeah, Torrey Holt.
Remember how cold those dudes were?
Yeah, St. Louis. Hey, them boys was wrecking, man. Wrecking, greatest show on turf, right?
I went to school in 1999. You could look this up. His name was Marty Van Dyke. This white boy ran a 4.31 on grass.
Damn.
It was the fastest time all divisions in 2000. What did I say? In 1999. Excuse me. He ran about a 10-1 100.
Damn.
But guess what? He only weighed 155 pounds.
Okay.
So in one-on-ones,
float. That motherfucker float.
Remember, think of what I just said. In 100, I done ran like 10-4, 10-3. I think I done did like a 10-1. I only weighed 150, and I've been weighing 150 all of my life from high school. And I've been trying to gain weight. I mean, I guess it's just the way that I eat.
right?
You know what I'm saying? So,
That's all good, Pop.
There's been so much progression, right? If you look at sports, where I think I graduated in '97. Spring football happened, so now you almost have year-round football now.
You graduated in 97?
I graduated in '97.
I graduated in 2003.
So I mean, now you have 7-on-7, right? Where you compete against other high-level competition all throughout the summertime, right? So so you're seeing guys that are competing. So the skill, now you see these guys catching football with 2 fingers, basically, right?
Yeah, I know.
Where
Like
they're catching it with 2 hands, right? So I look at my son, right? So he's 13. My oldest didn't play. He played golf.
Yeah.
So he's like the computer programmer.
Hey, shit.
So,
they can make that money too playing that golf.
my 12-year-old, he's like, Dad, I want to play football. But he's real smart. He's in advanced honors, about a 5.71 GPA. Okay? So I'm like, hey, man, you too small. So he had just turned 12. He was probably about 85 pounds.
Damn.
In 7th grade. I'm like, hey, man, you got to get on them weights. You got to start working out if you want to play football. Like, I'm not about to let you get hurt and you get hit and you be done.
Yeah. True.
So I said, let's get this
If
work.
they get that one hit, they're
They're
probably gonna be gone. You know what I'm saying?
They don't ever want to taste that again.
Yeah.
So
That's all my son. But he told me yesterday he wanted to play football. So so we gonna get him
I know
in.
they used to be popping him probably, man. When he
Yeah,
used
man.
to be stuck in there, though.
Hey, he was doing his thing, man. He was doing his thing. He was a cornerback. So yeah.
For me, I went out for football in my 7th grade year. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this thing.
you already know this is about to go bad.
Yeah.
Whoa! You know the things, the little dummy things that you hit?
Yeah.
Man, I seen the big dudes that were sitting all hard. So I was like, man, I'm gonna hit this as hard as I can, right? Man, I ran into all one speed. Said, boom! Look like that mother knocked me right back on the ground, right?
Yeah, I did.
And the coach's name was Smith. He said, Abram, don't you never come out here no more. This is not your sport.
Damn.
I ain't never want to play football.
See what I'm saying? Little shit like that can
That's all it
break
takes.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it ain't break.
And no, at that age,
Yeah. I mean, but
you got knocked back. You know what I'm about
But
double.
see, I knew I was good at something. I knew I was good at something. I knew I was good at running. Because I was, like when class changed, you did something to me, especially when you was a big guy. Look for me to hit you upside your head. You can't catch me. You can't catch me.
Yeah. I'll get my hands on
Yeah,
you.
but he was like, Abram, don't never come back out here no more. So I was like, what I'm gonna do? So I went out for baseball. The trials, they was okay. You know what I'm saying? I missed a couple of balls, whatever, because they put me right in that shortstop position, and then they was hitting the balls to me. I missed like 5. I only caught like about 3. But then I was embarrassed because my dad was that dude. I was embarrassed. Like,
I bet he was out there talking shit.
You better catch that shit. Yeah, I was embarrassed.
I know me. I ain't gonna lie. When my son playing football, I'm like, tackle that motherfucker. Yeah, that's it. You know.
Man, I was embarrassed. Like, I don't know what. But he was like, you better run back with it. He's be all right. So I went half of the season, and then I was like, no, this ain't what I'm gonna do. I know I can run fast. So that's when I went out the track. They used to call me slave catcher.
That was around that time, so. That was around that.
You graduated in what?
97.
So I graduated in. When I tell you this, it's gonna blow your mind. Cause I'm
What?
quite sure it's
50?
no.
You better not do it. You better not.
I graduated in 1983. 83.
Oh, okay.
So-
I was trying to guess your age.
Oh my God! Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's why I
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you so
What
much.
up, bro?
said, you're welcome.
Thank you
What
so
up,
much.
bro?
Thank you so much.
Love
Yeah.
you, Mr. D. Thanks
Yeah.
for my jingling. This shit's hot, baby. I
Yeah.
want my shirt, bro.
I got 10,
I love you,
I
man.
have 10 grandkids, man.
Your son watching. What up, Chris? What up, man?
10.
Nice. So,
Can I ask you a question?
of course, we here.
Come on, we gotta get back to
I'm 41.
Oh man, you a baby. You still got milk on your tongue.
Yeah.
You got milk on your tongue.
Yeah.
So you tried out, man. They didn't give you the call back. So what did you do afterwards? Like, what was in your mind? Like, damn,
So,
what can I do now?
if you watch a lot of even D1 players, they try to still live the dream, right? Where I'm going to make it and they keep trying. They don't kind of pursue their second plan.
Yeah.
And that's what I needed to do. I didn't want to be one of those guys that I'm still trying out, right? And I was 21 at the time. I tore my left ACL, hurt my right one.
How'd you do that?
On AstroTurf, so that's why you see natural grass now. So that's one of the reasons.
You slip or something, slipped on?
No, actually, you know that turf is sticky, right? It's meant for you to run as fast, as you can on that surface.
Yeah.
My left foot planted. I was playing defensive back, trying to cover a receiver. I tried to run with them, and basically my left leg stayed straight. And basically, I'm turning around. And I heard everything just go like everything just ripped.
Damn.
Worst pain ever in
Have you
my
ever
life.
broke anything?
Fractured finger, no broken bones, thank God.
I ain't never did what you did, but I broke my arm once playing football too. I tried to break my fall like that. Boom, my shit was out of there.
How about I broke both of my wrists? How about, you know, where when skateboarding came out, I mean, skateboarding is old, but you know, when they started doing the tricks, I tried to do a handstand.
Shout out Anthony Jackson, what's up, baby?
I went halfway, but when I came back down, both my teeth were like pop. My dad was like, shit, boy, ain't nothing wrong with your motherfucking shit. You taking your ass to school.
Oh, shit.
My tip was like big. So
You were Professor Clubber, that motherfucker.
and my mama was like,
But only on the wrist.
my mama was like, I'm taking my baby to the hospital, so I ended up with like 2 casts on both of my teeth.
Damn.
Right.
Like, I did that. I was like, man, I did a handstand, but I hit a bump.
Let me tell you how I fractured my finger. I was playing basketball. The basketball came and hit me like my fingers were straight and it hit me, boom.
Yeah.
And it felt like
Oh,
thunder
shit.
hit me.
Yeah,
I felt the pain
damn.
go all the way in, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, damn. Dude, but like the seconds, it ballooned up about this
God
big.
damn.
And so now I'm off school campus, so our insurance covers only on school-related activities.
Yeah.
So I had to wait till the next day.
Damn.
And I lied and told the training staff I was back there doing power cleans. I threw it down and it bounced back and hit me. They took me to the emergency room.
Damn, man.
It was throbbing so
I
bad.
bet, man. I bet, man. Playing basketball, that's how that shit always happens. And boom, that shit. Yeah, man.
So
Have you ever sprung your ankle before?
Of course.
Oh my God.
You know, I think high ankles
That
are
is
the worst.
Worst feeling ever.
Right.
I told my daughter about that before the first time she did it. God. She did it how many times? 2, 3 times? I mean, one time I caught her outside in the grass, man. She was outside in the grass.
Let me see if I can
crying
pull up
and
some
shit,
pictures.
man. But yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hey, so after
you
that, what was you doing after that?
So my first job was so we got married and I had a son. I had him.
So y'all was together about the time you was trying out for the.
Yeah, man, we've been together since we were 15 and 17.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
Nice,
yeah.
man. Nice, man.
I share, you know, I'm married to a black woman, first of all.
Yeah.
And my friends, she's the second black woman I've ever dated. And, you know, growing up in a white suburb, and the opportunity didn't really present itself. Okay? And so, yeah, I guess so. I tell her, once you go curry, you never go back to fried chicken. That's some racist shit right there. I tell her that all the time. I told her once you go curry chicken, you don't go back to fried chicken. You can take it how you want to take it.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Oh, man,
I feel
there you
that.
go.
I feel that. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man.
You know,
But
this
this is a guy, he played for the Kansas City Chiefs. Actually, his name was Kirk Rogers. He was about to break Randy Moss's touchdown streak record in college.
And that's something.
So he
Randy
had
Moss was a beast.
he had 18 I think touchdowns in a row, right? So he was trying to break it. So he's actually tied with Randy Moss in the NCAA books.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's what's
And
up,
we also as a defensive unit, we tied LSU with the most amount of interceptions in a game with 7.
So is there some way I can like pull up some of your game clips? Or
Man, back
anything?
then they threw away all our stuff.
Oh,
And you know,
man.
back then, now you gotta remember, you know, the internet was just taking off. Facebook was just, I think they had MySpace. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
MySpace was just coming out.
Planet.
Black Planet.
Yeah.
Those were just coming out. Look how he doing me. He just passes me up. Look.
Hey,
Y'all,
you gotta
it's
pour
empty.
your own poison. I like to drink, baby.
Yeah,
That's what's up, man. Appreciate you coming to the show once again, man. Hey, man. For real, man.
So yeah, you get the invite and you come.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
So what? Your first job was what again?
So my first job was at Whataburger. Now here I am, a college.
So after all of that.
After all that, my
Damn.
first job at Whataburger making $8.50.
Damn.
So some of y'all complaining, and you know, you do what you got to do to take care of your family, right? Yeah. So you know, people want the bag, but they don't want to do what it takes to get there, right? So
you work with that.
You work with what you got first, then you multiply it as you go. You learn the skills, the trade, or whatever it might be. Then you excel yourself, right, by reading or educating yourself and doing whatever needs to be done. So
how did you start your journey? How did you start your come up?
So.
How long were you at Whataburger too?
Yeah, I was there for about 3 years. So while I'm working there, I've always looked for other opportunities. So while I was there, I rented out illegal jet skis. I bought some jet skis, and I was actually renting them out right over here back in the early 2000s, and I got caught. They were like, hey, you gotta have a license, and I'm like, shit, I'm just trying to make some money.
See, when you try to do shit like that, it's word of mouth. When word of mouth get around, the wrong people gonna fucking hear that shit.
Yeah. Or they're gonna see you. They're gonna see what you're doing.
So it's hard to come up like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that word of mouth is gonna get you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got them other undercovers and shit. They gonna get you. But yeah, what happened with that?
Yeah. So again, great company to work for. Obviously expanding, and I didn't know you could make the kind of money that some of the general managers were making. I started as a cashier with a college degree. So obviously I'm gonna learn things quickly. So got promoted within 6 months. I was a GM. And you know, anybody out there, if you think fast food's not making money, now the employees make, I mean, they make 12, 14, but GMs typically make around anywhere from $80,000 to $100,000. Now, if you're good at hiring staff, then you can have a very successful career.
Yeah.
So a buddy of mine worked at Jack in the Box, and so I got on with them. He recruited me. I came over there. This was probably 2006, and I was with them for 14 years.
Damn.
So yeah, so I went from a general manager, training manager, area manager, director of operations.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Man. So what you do after that?
So in between there, I'll share this. I owned
What made you leave too?
So the quality of life, actually. No, Whataburger's tough. It's very black and white, and what attracted me to Jack in the Box was the hours and. You know, at the time, you know, they painted it out to be something, you know, and then you find out, like, you know, the grass, sometimes the grass isn't always green on the other side.
That's what I say.
So, but in between then, I had a pizza business, and I had a partner, and I would encourage any young person to always have everything on paper.
Yeah.
Don't ever just dive in head first thinking that, you know, because I have this faith or it may not.
Yeah.
There's a good chance, right? And it didn't. Our partnership ended up taking a wrong turn. Just expectations weren't there, and we ended up parting ways. And I got screwed on I got burned bad.
Damn.
Put it like that. So.
How'd you start your pizza business?
So I've always lived very frugal, and we both worked together. Obviously, husband and wife team. We saved up our money
Since 15.
Yeah.
God damn.
So you know, I lost about 30 grand on that.
Damn.
So that's enough to make you want to go kill somebody, right? So trust me, I wanted to.
Damn, yeah.
Trust me,
30 grand,
I wanted to.
I'll be mad for life.
So I mean, I shared earlier with you. I went to jail for 1 hour, and I called my mom 5 times collect.
Damn.
Mom was taking you so fucking long. For that fight I got into, and I knew jail was not the place for me, so I'm not gonna kill nobody, right? So you just learn from it and you move on. What can you do, right? Some people would, you know, let that be their hindrance, and as far as building another business, right? So what did I do after that? I said, well, what's something I can do on my own at this point, right? Where it's a side hustle on top of my main job, right? My 9 to 5. So I started a cleaning business with Coverall. So it's a franchise. You buy into it. So I did that for almost 2.5 years, and I was doing about $8,000 gross. Now I had employees though, right? But it's not the funnest job to do, right? It sounds good, right? 8,000. Woo, you making bank. Like no, like okay. So to make my income that I wanted, I would clean like the small ones. So I'd clean. So I had like maybe 14 accounts that was generating that, and I would clean the small ones, or she would help me, right? Of course, she didn't like doing it. Like who wants to get up and go clean toilets?
Come on.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as an area manager, so I have a company car. I'm driving around. Now here I'm winning because I'm driving a company
and this
car.
Is your company that you started?
I work for a franchise, but I'm like you're a franchisee.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
So what they would do is they'd find the accounts and you either accept it or you don't. And once you learn the game, like, hey man, you guys are underbidding shit. Like, hey, I'm gonna clean this whole house for you, say for $10. Like, wait a minute, it needs to be like $100.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know what they want to do is sell it, and they charge you times 3.
Damn,
So if it's,
okay.
let's say if it's $5, you owe them $15. But like, wait a minute, you should be charging $100 for this.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So now you're stuck cleaning this big ass place, and you're only making this. Like, so my goal, if I'm there for an hour, I had to be making $40.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And that covers your gas and your depreciation on your vehicle.
You traveling to them. So
I'm traveling to them, right? And what I started doing was, instead of bringing her on the weekends, I would start cleaning at like I'm a morning person. I would get up at like 3:30 in the morning. I would get up at 3:30. So now I'm doing it on my company time.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing it on her time or my time or family time. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
So because I was good at my job, I was able to do that. So on Mondays, I'm getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going knocking out those ones like in 2.5 hours. Because they were clustered near each other. So that's what I did. So I did that, and I ended up taking a promotion to Midland, and I ended up having to sell it just because she was taking care of the kids. The kids were a lot younger when that happened. So I sold my cleaning business. I said, you know what? I'm just going to take it easy. I'm making good money. Let's just save it and just see what happens.
What'd you sell it for? How much?
Man, I made money. I bought the franchise for $5,000. I sold it for like $8,000 with the accounts.
Okay.
So it's not like you could make a lot of money off of it.
Yeah.
So it was basically breaking even, basically.
Yeah.
So made some money, lost
yeah.
some money. If I was able to sell it, I was able to get out of it hands free. So that's
tough.
always the goal whenever you want to get out of something.
Yeah.
So
what was your adventure after that?
So after that, let's see. So that was probably about what, 2007 or 8. So now, I'm in Midland, Odessa. I'm working out there out in West Texas in the oil fields. We had just taken over a market with Jack, and I told them I wanted to come.
What movie did they have out there?
Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, baby. That was live, man.
So now we franchise. So now an owner owns us. So this one guy owns all the Jacks here in Austin.
Kim.
He owns Midland, Odessa, and Phoenix, Arizona. This dude got money, right?
Yeah.
So I said, hey, Clyde, hey man, this isn't for me. I need to get back. So my oldest son, he's high function autistic. He needed my help. So he's in middle school and it's not going well.
Yeah.
I need to get back home.
Yeah.
The money's great. That's the most money I've ever made. $120K base salary.
Damn.
In Midland.
Damn.
So I say, hey man, I gotta get back. So he goes, so I gotta report to the vice president. He was like, hey, you need to speak to your boss. You shouldn't just bypass me. I was like, you're right, but I just want to give you the heads up. I'm about to have this conversation with her. And I go tell her, and she's like, well, we don't have nobody to replace you. I'm like, look, y'all got till December. At the New Year's, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Like, I need to come back home. And she goes, well, there's nobody, we don't have a position for you as an area manager. So now remember, like, there's a huge there's a salary difference, right? From an area manager to a director of operations. I'm prepared for that because I was smart. I didn't buy a bigger house. I didn't buy a bigger car. See, when you get the bag, it's not important to get another big car.
Yeah.
I've had the Mercedes, the Lexuses, and all they do is break down. They cost you money.
Yeah,
it's not
man.
worth it.
For sure.
Ask him, what did I drive in?
A white minivan.
A white soccer minivan.
A white, ain't nothing wrong with that.
And guess what? I get paid to drive that. That's my company vehicle. So every mile I drive, the IRS is paying me 50 cents.
That's what's up.
So there you go.
Man, this man right here, man. Hey, man.
So 50 cents a mile every time I drive that car. This is a business meeting we're having.
Damn, man.
So
yeah, you got it going on.
These are the things we got to teach our kids, right? To capitalize on, and that's what the white folks have taught their kids. They know how to play the game.
Yeah.
And that's something we got to teach our kids. So now I'm trying to get back, and they're like, we only have a general manager position available for you. I'm like, what? So I had a vacation coming up in February. We're going on a cruise. So she's telling me, the hood come out of her real quick. She's like, fuck them! Like, quit on their ass! Like, we got plenty of money in the bank.
Yeah.
And I said, no. Like, hey, calm your ass. You're thinking too emotional. Like, calm your ass down. Like, it ain't smart for me not to be bringing in money. Yeah. Right? Well, how stupid is that if I'm making whatever? But they brought me back, demoted me, only paid me $50,000, right? Now, may sound like a lot, but if you're making 100 plus to 50,
compared to what we got going on,
yeah. So again, I'm always thankful for what I have,
that's
right, and what I didn't have, right. You gotta hear my heart though. I started at $8.50 an hour now, right.
Yeah.
So you know my story now.
But you've been grinding.
I've been grinding. Yeah. See, people don't see that. What people see is on Facebook. That's what I call it. I call it Facebook. You know, the people that you see, whether they're in a big 2-story home or you see them in their Mercedes, they're not winning. I can assure you, they're most likely they're not winning. Especially the people that I know, they struggling. And they wonder why they see me. If you follow me on Facebook or if you looked at my YouTube, I travel. That's one thing I take pride in. I invest. I invest time with my boys and I hunt with my dad on our ranch.
That's what I tell you, Pie. That's what I want to do, right? Give me some land.
Yeah.
I want all kind of shit on there.
Let me ask you, we was talking about this like a couple of days ago, right? And then it had something to do with like gun violence, right? So I was like, well, I think if you shoot somebody, can you take that bullet back? How would you feel?
Yeah.
You know, that you done shot somebody and you probably done took their life. And then another one, I was like, it went on to hunting, right? Okay, I was like, so if you kill that animal, then the animal is not dead. Could you walk up on this animal and kill this animal? Like, boom, like nothing, it wouldn't even affect your mind. And then,
yeah, get to what you gonna say, because I'm pretty sure he gonna feel the same way I feel.
After that part right there, right, I was like, once you kill this animal, right, I was like, when you have the heart, you done killed this living animal. Do you think you can just slice this animal open, just gut it, and do whatever?
How you feel?
But what's your take on it before I answer?
If you gonna do that, you have to.
That ain't the answer.
If you gonna kill an animal, if you hunting to whatever eat or whatever, you gotta do that.
But you
gonna do it?
Listen, Doug, you haven't been hunting.
If you got the nerve to shoot the animal, you gotta have the nerve to
listen.
Listen,
you're not listening to what I'm saying. You have, once you experience it, you can say whatever. Once you kill that animal, they be like, Doug, we need you to do whatever.
I wanna do that.
So hold on, so you never hunted?
No.
Oh, have you killed anything besides a flyer or a roach?
No.
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 Okay. Have you hunted or did you serve or?
No, and a lot of people, my uncles, my dad, they hunted. I was like, no, that is not for me.
That's fair. You know, hunting isn't for everybody. You know, it's the raw form of nature and man, right?
Yeah.
So when you're out there, one thing I've learned to appreciate, you know, when I was in my 20s, right, it was like kill, kill, kill. You know, I want to get a kill. It was all about that. But once you mature, it's actually about spending time with God, because you're out there by yourself in the wilderness. You know, people call it, you know, it's not hunting. Yeah, it is, because our ancestors, they baited animals too.
Yes,
they hid in the trees, threw spears down on them, or baited them with fruits, nuts, peanuts, whatever it was to bring the animal there.
All right, Malik, I'm finna mess your head up now. Okay, have you ever been in, you said you grew up on the ranch or whatever, so I'm quite sure y'all had chickens and everything. So have your father ever been like, Malik, boy, young man, or whatever he call you, go out there and kill me one of those chickens. Go out there and kill me 2 chickens.
So I didn't grow up on a ranch, but if you needed me to, I could. But let me share this with you as far as killing a deer, right? What goes through your mind?
Yeah.
My first time killing a deer about 16 years ago, in my 20s, immediate grief and sorrow came over me. I was sad. I just shot Bambi, right?
I know,
but
right?
how I overcame it was I shot it ethically, within the rules of the game and that the state of Texas has given me. And I had a tag, I have a hunting license, I had a rifle. You know, where you hear of like the sniper, 1 shot, 1 kill, that's what it was. You know, when I took that deer's life, I thanked him. I'm like, hey man, thank you God that you gave me this.
So you're pretty good at like sniping, or are you pretty good at shooting?
I'm not Chris Kyle or nothing. Like I couldn't shoot you if you're running down the field. But if I'm in a field, if I'm in a blind and you're walking, I can hit you from 120
so you be
plus.
going to like gun ranges and stuff?
I mean, I go to my dad's property now.
And Chris Kyle, he like from North Carolina, right?
No, he was from here.
Which one of them dudes from North Carolina? It was one of them sniper dudes. And then they had a movie.
Oh, they were killing people though in the city. That was in Baltimore, I think. Yeah, so I couldn't imagine pointing a gun at a person unless I absolutely had to. But like I said, I've shot hogs I got an AR-15 I got an AR-15 and I'm just telling you, even when you kill a hog and you know in the state of Texas you can shoot hogs year round. They're a pest. They're classified as you can shoot them all day and just leave them. And you know my dad taught me, he goes, boy, you don't shoot what you don't eat.
Yeah.
So whether it's a million of them, it's a pest. You know, you let them roam around. I've seen some big ones.
Yeah.
So
when was the last time you went hunting?
I mean, last season. So I mean, I got video of some of them that I shot.
I don't even know the season. Was that like last year?
Last season. So deer season's from October to basically January, and we shoot. I mean, we trap hogs year round.
Yeah.
So whenever we need some bacon, pork chops, whatever, shoulders or
pork chops.
People don't know. People don't know that the meat is different from what's in the grocery store.
Yeah.
It's just a leaner cut. If you eat the hogs that are around basically 80 pounds to about 130, that's the perfect hog.
Taste.
It is.
Different taste.
It's got a different.
Because they wild, right?
Well, it also is how you prepare them. So my mother-in-law, she'll mix them in like milk and like vinegar, kind of softens them up a little bit. I don't know what she does with it, but I get it processed.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I get it processed.
That's what's up.
So process. What they do when they process?
So if you go ahead.
Wait, this is what I
what
think
do you know?
give you different parts, right? Like the parts that you want.
Well, correct. So when you take it to a process, you take the deer after it's already skinned and quartered up or however you take it.
Yeah.
They'll ask you, what do you want? I'll tell them, look, I want deer sausage. I would definitely want the the steak part of it, all the lean part.
But still, they're gonna do something during that process to take that wild taste out of it.
It does. So what I do a 70-30 mix or 80-20 mix.
Yeah.
So
I never liked the freshly killed chicken off the yard. I hated this. That shit was nasty. You ain't had no.
It's a different type of tenderness.
You ain't had no freshly killed chicken off the yard. You would be like, nah, I don't never want to eat chicken no more. It is nasty. It's nasty as fuck. It's nasty.
I mean, I ain't gonna knock it till I try it. That's what I tell my kids.
This is what I'll say on that, right? I've never eaten anything from a fresh kill to on the grill. I went hunting with this.
You out there like, you ain't had the freshly killed.
This dude killed the deer. He cut the backstrap. He grabbed a knife.
Oh.
You know, the best part is right there on your spine.
Yeah,
on the deer, the backstrap, right?
Yeah.
He got a knife, like a Rambo knife.
Yeah.
Grabbed, boom, and just, ripped it down, grabbed a big old thick slab of meat. Bit it. That's what white boys do, Pops. Pops what white boys do.
He said he probably did.
Hey, you see, you can go on YouTube and you'll see white boys like biting the liver and shit. No, I don't do that. I don't.
Come on. That's what the Indians used to do. They cut the heart out and bite that shit.
I mean, you gotta remember, they're probably used to it in their stomach, enzymes. They're used to. If you did that, we'd probably be sick and have to go to the hospital.
Yeah, I couldn't do that shit, man.
Yeah. I got a little bit of white in me. Because my great-great-grandmother was white.
Right.
So I guess this is in my blood. You know?
It might be, man. It might be. Right. He probably been.
They be like, how you white? I was like, shit, I'm mixed. Yeah, I'm mixed. Look at my grandma. I'm mixed. You know, my mother is like biracial.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know, I'm mixed. I'm everything.
That's what's up, Pop.
Everything.
So he gets the backstrap out with his Rambo knife, and he goes inside of. Good. So on my dad's property, so we have two properties. One has the family land. There's one that he bought right when he retired. His house that he was born in is actually there, and he regrets not keeping the house up. Now it's dilapidated now. I mean, it's not livable. But we'll still go in there and camp out. You can still do that. Yeah. So he goes in there and he starts cooking it up. So I'm like, what did he do to it? So I'm just watching him. I was like, I'm about to try it. I'm hungry. Like, I'm going to go back out. We're about to do our night hunt. So I'm going to eat some of these cube steaks or whatever he's making. And I'm going to tell you something. It was the best. It was some good-ass meat. It was some damn good meat.
You can't tell, man.
It was some damn good meat.
You like meat, Pop?
I'm telling you right now, if I was to cook that right now and made some, like, beef tips, you wouldn't even know.
You wouldn't, unless you told.
Unless I told, then you'd be like, oh, I feel sick. You know how people do that? When they find out, oh, I don't feel good.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yeah. Then you start.
So what am I supposed to do? What you talking about cooking what? What am I supposed to do?
It's like steak. It's like steak.
The
tender,
you know what? I was at my mom's house. She was like, man, there's some deer steak down there.
Immediately he was like, nah,
right.
I'm not eating that.
So, no, I didn't say that. I was like, well, I'm gonna try to cook it like a regular steak or whatever. And I mean, it was big. And then it might have been like that part that you're talking about. But after I finished cooking it, I was like, I can't eat it. They said it had like turned into leather, I promise.
Oh, damn. You probably cooked
That's
that
the time where you got to
bitch
cook
too
it,
long.
right?
Right.
That's it.
You probably
like
cooked it a
leather.
little bit
So-
too long.
I couldn't even really cut it or nothing.
How thick was it?
Like about this thick.
Oh, no. See, that's where they messed up on.
That's
What he say,
about
hey?
this thick. Who?
Tweety.
Tell Tweety.
Pop said, hey, Tweety.
No, I said
She
greetings.
said, how you doing?
I said greetings. Greetings.
Pop said, greetings.
Yes.
Greetings.
Greetings, my friend.
So, what's your occupation right now, man?
So right now I'm self-employed on a photo booth business.
Oh, I bet ain't nothing better than being self-employed, dog.
Yeah.
How'd you
That's
come
right.
up on that?
So I think I shared this with you. So when I was working for 7-Eleven, Stripe 7-Eleven,
Yeah.
the last 2 years. So when I came back from Midland, so this was like 2015, 16, kind of jumped around jobs and finally got on with 7-Eleven, right? I was like, oh man, a good corporate job. I'm like, thank you, God, right?
Yeah.
So I've been in fast food almost all my life in upper management.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, cool. You know what? I'm happy with this pay. You know, again, the salary is the trick that corporate America does to you to keep you employed, to keep you away from your dreams, to the success and freedom that you want, right? Because if somebody told you, like, I'll pay you $85,000, most people be like, shit, sign me up.
Shit.
That's all I need,
I'll
right?
be one of the motherfuckers,
Right.
man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, so, here's the thing though, right? When you start making, say, wherever, I mean, there was a time I made $850, then made 35, 55, 85, 100, right? You always want to get to that next level, right?
Yes.
Of freedom,
Yes.
right? And I've been fortunate, my wife and I, we've traveled to over 35 countries, and I want my boy to travel,
Yeah.
My son to travel, for him to experience that.
Yes.
So what I did was, while I'm working there, I'm always looking for something. And after selling the cleaning business, I told her, I said, look, let's just save up our money, let's stack up, and let's just see what happens. So when I'm working there, I kept on seeing the photo booth business because I have friends in the nightlife, the hotels, conventions.
Yeah.
I was like, man,
I think the nightlife is pretty much where it's at, right? Like,
I mean,
you can make a lot of money in that.
bro, you can make money doing this. You can make money selling rice. You can make money doing whatever. You just have to do a different way and find your target market and get yourself out there.
Yeah.
So while I'm working there, I took on a job in Oklahoma City.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I caught COVID. So I got COVID, and I call her. This was in July of last year. My birthday's in August. We were supposed to go to Thailand. Thankfully, I was able to get my refund from that. So I call her and I said, "Hey, take the boys to Mama's house. Like, get them out of there just in case."
Get them out.
So I said, "Hey,
I caught it.
It
You
might
caught the vid.
Well, it might be allergies. So what happened
That's
was
that's what everybody would think.
Yeah.
It'll be allergies.
Well, it was,
Pop.
so I was able to shake this fever off, and now the flight comes back on Thursday, right? And I call her. I said, take the boys over there to Mama's. And I come back. I got a doctor's appointment that Friday. I go back, and the doctor was like, well, it sounds like it's clearing up. But he said the x-rays were so backed up, I would have had to go to the emergency room, which would have been like a 6 or 7, 8 hour wait,
Ooh, I
because
hate
of
that
COVID,
shit.
right?
Yeah,
So I'm
man.
like, I said, well, I feel okay, a little bit, but
Yeah.
I feel like something's wrong though, right?
Yeah.
Dude, by that was Friday, Saturday, man, I was in the bed. Like, if I walked from here to your stove, I was breathing like, and my dumb ass still didn't know, like, I'm in trouble. Sunday, some of our friends came that are childhood friends I've known. She went to San Angelo. She came down. I said, now I'm in my room. I said, hey, don't come in here. And I've exposed her, obviously, and thankfully my friends didn't get it. So I have COVID. So now I'm in there on that Sunday. She said I fell asleep and I was panting, like I couldn't breathe. She's trying to wake me up and she couldn't wake me up. She calls the ambulance. Now it's like midnight.
Damn.
And when I finally woke up, I was like, what the fuck's going on? And I could hear her. She's on the phone with the paramedics.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, don't have the motherfuckers coming over here. Like, there's nothing wrong. Like, bro. So, like, you don't know, like, when your oxygen's low, you don't know what the fuck's going on. And so next thing I know, I heard doom, 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 knocking on the door. Man, they came in the house like full hazmat gear on, like Resident Evil. Like I'm about to go get my gun, start shooting type. So the dude walks in. I'm cussing now. I'm like, get the fuck out of my house. Like, only one of you. I said, one of you can come in. So the guy's like, hey, calm down. And your wife was worried. Yeah. And you know, by that time, I'm like, okay, something's going on. Like, I don't know, like, what the fuck's going on, right? So he comes in. He has the machine to take your vitals, and my oxygen was like at 51%. So you about to die. Basically, that's what that means. He goes, hey man, look, you need to get in the ambulance. You're gonna die. If you don't go to the emergency room right now, you're not gonna make it till the morning. So I got in the ambulance, man. I'm telling you, it's the most humbling experience ever. And just long story short, I don't really want to get into it right here. Is me and her weren't doing very well, and I was at the point where in my marriage where I was ready to just check out. I was like, I'm done.
That was weak.
Man.
That was weak as hell.
That was what?
Man, can't we?
How long have they been together?
A long time, since they was like about.
That's fair.
Everybody go through their shit.
I know what I'm saying. What I'm trying to really tell me is he stayed strong. He stayed strong, bro.
Obviously, because they still together.
Yeah.
So don't say it like that, though.
No, it's all good. I know what he's saying. It's all good. No, you good, Pops. So I'm in the ambulance crying. Yeah. And the guy's like, you alright? I was like, man, do your fucking job right now. To make sure I don't die in this fucking ambulance. So when I get to the emergency room, they're asking like, hey, where do you want to go? I said, no, anywhere but fucking Austin. Yeah. Take my ass up north to the white folks. Yeah. Don't take me to fucking Breckenridge.
They're gonna take care of me.
They're gonna take care of me, right? They're gonna have a whole fucking wing ready for me, right? So I went to, the fuck's it called? St. David's or whatever.
Shout out to St. David's. My mama worked there. Shout out to Evelyn Joyner. She worked there. Shout out to
Scott and White. Baylor Scott and White.
That's a good one.
Baylor Scott and White. I'm sorry. So I go to Baylor Scott and White. Now I'm in the ICU and they're working on me, right? Taking my shit off. They're taking my chest X-rays. And they're like, and she's calling. I can't answer the phone. And I'm like, don't tell my mom. Don't call dad. Don't tell nobody. And then here's another thing, fellas. If you have kids, you have a family, you need to have life insurance. How dare you be selfish and not think that when you die, you need to take care of your kids. So by the way, I have a $2 million policy.
Ooh, don't say that. Don't say that.
Yeah. So
why are you gonna tell people your business?
Don't say that.
I'm just telling the important. I have friends that ask, and it's important that people know that. Whether I die, I check out, I'm good. And I know my kids will be millionaires when I die. So, while I'm sitting there crying like a little, I'm crying. I'm thinking I'm about to die, dog. I'm about to die.
I feel like just because we men don't mean like we can't shed a tear. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got feelings too, dog. I don't give a fuck, man.
That's a lie people tell you that. I'm not saying you have to cry over anything, but,
I feel that.
I cried over the way I treated her. Was I always the best husband? No. Was I?
Come on,
she'll tell me I'm a great dad, right? But it's not good that I'm a great dad and I'm a horrible.
But you know what? We not perfect.
Of course, right.
We not perfect.
But I'm telling you right now, if you've ever laid in a bed and you're gonna die, you think about the stuff that you did.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
if you're healthy and you've never been in that, you won't think like that. It's hard for you to put yourself in those shoes.
Yeah. I can't put myself where you've been, but what you're saying, I feel that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
been
obviously y'all been together for so fucking long, and you thinking that you're going to fucking die or something, and that's the person you're going to think about.
Right.
That's the person you're going to think about.
And here I am telling her, don't call my mom.
Don't call mom.
And here's the thing. I'm the biggest mama boy there is. I'm 41 years old.
One more time.
I'm 41 years old. My mom called me right now, and she told me to come to Dallas. I'd run down 35 North right now. Yeah. So that's how, I love my mom, right? And I told her, and she called me that Saturday. And when she called me, I cleared out my throat. And I did my best to sound like nothing was wrong with me. I'm like, hey, Mom.
Mom's on
I'm like, hey, Mom, I just worked overnight shift. I'm tired. Oh, okay. She's like, okay, son, just call me back. Yeah. That would have been the last conversation that I would have had with her. Yeah, man. And here's my sister. See, here's the sibling thing right here. Me and my sister were close. I got two sisters. So I got one that's a little bit younger, a lot younger, about 10 years younger. But my other sister, she's about a year and a couple months. We're like twins.
Yeah.
And she called me Friday, didn't answer. Saturday, didn't answer. Sunday, she was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah.
She don't play around.
That's my sister too.
And I called. I told her. I said, "Hey, don't tell mom." I said, "I'm in the hospital and I got COVID. Like, but I'm gonna be okay." You know, that's all I told her. I'm gonna be okay.
So, like, obviously you've been sick during your life. You know what I'm saying? Having COVID, was that like the worst feeling ever, or?
Bro, let me tell you. I just told. No, I've never had the flu. I had a respiratory infection that felt bad, but nothing like COVID, bro. It felt like a car was on top of me.
Oh damn.
So you get that feeling, take your ass to the hospital.
And you know what? When it came out, I mean, you had the same thing, whatever, and then I was like, shit, I'm gonna die. And they was talking about it because my wife would drop me off like at the transit center, right? And then the bus driver was telling me, it's like, it's a good thing you sitting in front of the bus because you know that shit going around here. And I was like, what you talking about? He said, the COVID, you ain't heard about it? I was like, no, I ain't heard nothing about it.
You caught it too, Bob?
No, I had a respiratory infection.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, you know what I'm saying, and with my job, whatever, but I ain't the first person on my job that got sick. They had the COVID.
The vid.
They had the COVID, but I guess my immune system was strong enough to fight it off. Everybody got sick in there, but after that, you know what I was doing? I was taking like NyQuil. And then I was taking like Tylenol.
That's the first thing you go to.
NyQuil, Benadryl.
I'm talking about the good stuff.
Codeine, Ventazine, like.
No, I don't want that.
I want it.
I done had it before. And no, I ain't gonna put that out. But I done had it. But I was like that NyQuil, but I would get like the good stuff. And then after that,
NyQuil is what we go to.
I went back to work. So I was like, and I'm dealing with a lot of people with a lot of behaviors and stuff. She's like, you ain't all right? I was like, yeah, I'm good. She's like, no, you need to go to the doctor, get yourself checked out again. But think about it. They're the ones that made me sick. But like I said, one of those people had the COVID disease. And I'm glad I eat healthy, so my body was able to fight off that stuff. I'm not a young person,
right?
And ever since I came out of work, I'm thinking I came out like in March. It's 2021 now. So I came out March of 2020, like March the 30th. So I did whatever I needed to do, you know, and so far I haven't been sick at all, no colds, nothing.
We ain't gonna speak on that though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna speak on that.
Well, we're glad you're good.
Glad you're good.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna speak
That's
on
a
that.
blessing.
We ain't gonna speak on that, man. So yeah, man, like, so we were saying, like, what is your occupation right now? I don't know what.
Right, we done went all over.
Yeah, we done went all over the world.
Yeah, so we got into. That's how I got COVID. That and when I was in the hospital, I promised myself that I was gonna find something to fire my job.
Yeah. Something
that I could scale, that I could increase and replace my income that I'm making from my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And you know, when you're in there, you're just thinking of everything. So during this time of COVID, while some people aren't working, right, or they have unemployment, they're getting that. What did you do to better yourself?
Yes.
You know, while I was still working, I'm still looking for something. And people that are at home still getting a check. Either hopefully you were reading, or you're doing something to better yourself to increase, right?
I was working out like a motherfucker.
Yeah. That's what's so right. So you see people complaining like, oh, I gained weight, or so what? You just Netflix and chill the whole time?
Netflix and chill.
Shame on you then,
yeah,
right?
I know, right?
So
I was working out though.
So while I'm looking, I was like, man, the photo booth just kept popping up. So another backstory is one of my best friends. We were roommates for 3 years in college. He's a songwriter, producer, Grammy Award winner James Brown. You can look him up. He wrote a song for Jamie Foxx.
That's what's up.
And
Jamie Foxx, straight out of Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
Hey.
Terrell, Texas. Yeah, East Texas.
Okay, somewhere.
But he claims Dallas. No, he claims Terrell. He'll say Terrell, Texas.
Oh, okay,
he never
okay,
says
okay,
Dallas.
okay.
He'll never say Dallas. He says Terrell.
I know, close somehow.
Yeah. So here's a funny story. I got to share this. So my boy, you know, again, I listen to rap music, R&B. I like some country, rock. I listen to all genres, right? I don't like slow country.
Everything that make you do this.
Right.
Hey,
Boot scooting boogie.
Malik,
you know what I'm saying?
Malik, I got a great song for you. You need to share this song. I'm quite sure he know what he go. Once I tell him, right?
I already know what you're talking about.
Once I
Here
tell
we go.
him, he'll be like, hell yeah. This I don't know. I don't know this guy's name.
Yeah.
But the name of the song is "I'm Pretty Good at Drinking
Yeah,
Beer."
he put me on. It's a country song.
I don't know
He put
that
me
one.
on.
For real?
I don't know that one.
Once you hear it, you
I
can be like,
won't play it. I will play it, but we live right now. So afterwards, I'm gonna play it for him. You know how we do after our show. I'm gonna play it for him, and I'm pretty good at drinking beer.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
I never
it's a
heard.
good song.
So my taste in music is questionable. So my buddy called me. He was like, Malik, I made a hit. I said, well, what'd you do? I sold it. I said, who'd you sell it to? Jamie Foxx. I was like, that dude, he sings?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. I said, well, sing me the song. So he sings the song, blame it on the alcohol.
Oh.
He started, blame it on the good. So he's singing it to me.
Yeah.
He goes, what do you think? I go, that shit is whack.
Oh, wow.
See, that's a real friend though, right? I gave him my honest
So you
opinion.
gave him your honest
I said, hey man,
opinion.
the shit's whack, dog. He's like, no, man. Once you get the beat, the instrumental, all that, the
Yeah.
chorus, it's dope. So now remember, this is on a Tuesday. Song drops on Friday. By Saturday, it was like quadruple platinum.
Damn.
The whole world was singing Blame It on the Alcohol. And so he lives in San Antonio. He bought 2 cribs, and he has some other business that he runs. So where was my point to that? Where we get into on that? We got into music, we everywhere.
Music. No, I say your occupation right now. How
Okay.
did you get into it, and somehow we went.
Okay. Oh, so I'm with him. So I get invited to all the Grammy parties here in Austin during South by Southwest. So I get in VIP. So yeah, I'm telling y'all, there's nothing like going on the red carpet. It's fun.
I bet.
It's
man.
fun.
I bet.
It's fun. So you see where you get in trouble at, right? We'll talk about that later. So I'm getting into these Grammy parties, and I'm like, hey, so I get to go to LA with him. I went to Atlanta with him. I have to share that story. Let's get back to Atlanta story, okay?
Right,
Remember that Atlanta story.
Atlanta.
And that was, I didn't know Atlanta was that jumping.
Man,
So-
I ain't never been out of Texas, bro.
Gotta get
Never.
out.
So I can't even relate to anything you're saying right now. I'm just like, yes.
There you go.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm going to these parties. I would see a photo booth, and I'm watching. I was like, man, I could do that better than them, and they're probably charging a killing at this corporate event.
Yeah.
So this was like 5 years ago. So it's always been on my mind. So while I was in the hospital, I'm just thinking. I'm on my phone, just kind of Googling stuff. What could I do that could scale? And photo booth just kept coming up. So I found a company in Connecticut, Vegas, LA, and I'm ready to pull the trigger on this. It's gonna cost about $15,000-$20,000 to get it started right. I got to set up my business, and not to where you scrambling trying to piece shit together. You're trying to do shit right.
Yeah.
Right. Get the van that you need. I never owned a minivan, right? I had an SUV before. I had a Mercedes SUV at first. So but you gotta remember your mentality, right? If you go from that, it's kind of like, damn, I'm kind of like, well, personally, I'm kind of like scaling down, right? So, there's kind of a hit to your ego, and that ego will kill you, right? So, the maturity part of it is when you reach a level of maturity, and you're mature when you can pass up on the Mercedes and you can afford it. You see what I'm saying? It's not about that, hey, I got the credit or I got the down payment.
So let me ask you, what other than a minivan, what is your regular car?
I've driven a company car for the last 12 years. I've never owned a car.
Oh damn.
So
I mean, why? You know what?
So
why
think
would
about
you?
that. So think about this. So I had a truck. I had an F-250 truck, right? A sports edition Ford that I would use for hunting. Sitting in the driveway, right? Full coverage insurance. Then I got this Mercedes RX 500. Like what the fuck does it look like? Me having 4 cars. There's 2 of us. You know, then you got mooching family members. Like, let me borrow your car. Let me borrow your truck.
You know how it is, man. When you get that money, people from nowhere is gonna come at you, right? Am I right? That's how I feel. I mean, I ain't got no money, but I just feel like that. You know what I'm saying? When I see people with money, like when people hit the lottery, like people be wearing masks and shit.
All right.
Now you know why.
Be wearing masks and shit because they don't want nobody to know.
That's it.
Their identity.
Right.
And that's fucked up. That is not fucked up on their part. It's just fucked up how money can just.
It'll destroy people.
Yeah, man.
It'll destroy people. So
money. But that's all that we want. You know what I'm saying? We want money, but it can fuck people up.
Right. So yeah, you know, on top of the entrepreneur background I have, my parents have owned a limousine business for forever.
So you pretty much been.
I grew up, yeah. And
that's why your mind is like
right.
that.
And so that's what I'm saying. I would encourage. They should make a rule. They should make a rule. Every American should go travel to a third world country. And what do I mean by that? I went to Vietnam for the first time. Now I went to Pakistan, India when I was a little kid. But see, if you go to Europe, these countries that are, you know, modernized, you don't see the struggles. So I went to Vietnam, okay? I went to China. China wasn't that bad. I went to Vietnam, third world country. Now I'm in Ho Chi Minh City. That's the capital. Kind of like Houston, right? Largest, like 8 million people living there. Get in there. We go to you know what? Hold on, I'm sorry. So it's a touristy place. Matter of fact, it wasn't very third world there. So it was like American prices. So it was very modernized there. I said, hey, I told my buddy Ty, that's his name. And matter of fact, and his mom owns a nail shop. Go figure, right? Vietnamese owns a nail shop. She's the one that taught the importance of manicuring our nails, getting our toes done. Right, at a young age, which, you know, helped us, you know, when we went out.
I wish I was on that shit.
Yeah, so anyways, okay, so when I told him when we went for 2 weeks, I said, hey, he was like, Malik, how you want to do this? You want to stay in Ho Chi Minh? You want to be a big fish in a little pond, or you want to be a small fish in a big pond? I said, shit, big fish in a little pond. Yeah. Let's go back to your hometown. Yeah. So you fly into Ho Chi Minh. We stayed there for 3 days. You know, you take in all the sights, the noise, and everything's modernized. There's a McDonald's, and so you want to. Me, I like the offbeat path. I like to be adventurous when I go. Yeah. So we drove 5 hours away to Long Sing, which is right next to Cambodia and some other countries right there. And we get there. I mean, for them to see me, it's like seeing a fucking alien. Yeah. I mean, I'm like 6 foot tall, right? They're not, and my beard was like super thick, and they're looking at me like, holy shit! They're like walking up to me, like, I mean, if you're a black dude, they probably touch your hair. Yeah. They're not used to seeing a black person or an Indian, whatever. Yeah. If they see a white person, it's like they seen Jesus, you know. So here, so you can imagine the fun we had there, right? Damn, so, back to the traveling aspect of it, the entrepreneur part of it. Always been in the game. Right, and when I was there, so we go to this bar, you know, the bar, there's no rules, there's no City of Austin code enforcement, whatever, there's none of that shit. So we go out there, we're sitting in the bar, Pops, and there's kids walking up to you that are 5 years old selling shit to you in the bar. Wow. You know, and you know, right
in the bar.
Yeah, would you trust your little kid right there?
Well,
hey, I want you to take this beer and go sell it to these guys. Imagine that. Yeah. So I take out all my ones and I give her cash. Man, as soon as they found out, next thing I know, there's like 6 other little bastards. God. Holy shit!
Yeah, more points, huh?
Yeah. I'm like, and my buddy Ty, he goes, Chris, I told you. Chris is my middle name. He goes, hey, I told you not to give them shit. I was like, damn, man, I felt bad. Right? But the hustle, see?
Hey, that man over there, he got money. Go.
Right.
Go.
He told the whole fucking clan.
Yeah. Everybody, go.
So, dude, they're selling sugar cane, chopsticks, you know, cantaloupes, whatever the fuck they sell over there, you know. They bringing me everything, then you know, they're bringing me like, you know, stuff. So I bought everything. So I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like, just leave me alone. I want to get drunk.
I want to pop everybody's hand.
But so my point to that is those kids are taught at a young age the importance of hustling and entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Where our fucking kids are watching, they're on their phones, YouTube,
you know, motherfucking Fortnite,
playing the PS5, Modern Warfare.
You know, when I can't even lie, I be on Madden every fucking night on my Xbox. I got everybody in the house got Xbox. I'll be in my room all night playing motherfucking Madden. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not gonna knock you for it, because I used to play Grand Theft Auto, but at the end of the day, you gotta ask yourself, is this gonna get me to my promised land that I want to get to?
It's not.
And that's the trick.
It's just a late
it's
night
a getaway.
thing that I like doing. Okay.
I'm not gonna knock that, right?
You know what,
You should have a hobby that you do to kind of release your stress.
This right here is my hobby, and I love it. And I love that you came on it once again. Sorry about that. I love talking to everybody on the show.
Now with me, I got like 2 hobbies.
What you got,
I can never get into the game thing. I still got a PlayStation 3, and I'll be like, to this day, like, yeah, I'm gonna play this game. Then it'd be like, oh, but this right here is my new hobby.
Shit. Yes.
And I appreciate him invite me on here to be his
No, that's
co-host.
good. Because you get 2 different perspectives. You're gonna ask some crazy questions than what you're gonna
I'll be
ask.
like, Pop.
Yeah.
But he be checking me too. He be checking me. You know what I'm saying? We keep each other. We keep each other on game.
That's why I was like, you alright? Did I offend you or not? And then once she said whatever you said,
Right.
I was like,
But yeah, back to what you're doing right now, man.
So what I was getting at is these kids, they're taught, the foreign kids, like the Indians, the Pakistani, where I come from, Asian kids, they're taught entrepreneurship. That's why you see we own y'all's gas stations in the hood.
Yeah.
But here's the horrible part about it is I've been in the Caribbean where your ancestors were dropped off by your own people, and how is it that my people own the gas station, the real estate, and it's sad, right? When I look at that.
Y'all, I ain't gonna lie, y'all got it going on.
Yeah, if you ever go on a cruise, go to the Caribbean, right? You go to the Bahamas or go to St. Martin, St. Kitts, St. Lucia. You go to any of those islands, and there's gonna be a fucking Indian, one of my peoples in there, selling you black merchandise.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you doing selling hair straighteners or a perm or like what the fuck do you know about
they
that?
know once we get in there, we gotta worry about our hair and shit.
Yeah.
They know. You know what I'm saying?
So that's my point of. I come from the entrepreneur. My mom, and she's a registered nurse from Pakistan. So she had her license. She worked here, but she knew that to have her lifestyle, she had to be an entrepreneur. And she sold clothes, imported, exported, and then the career she stayed with was the limousine. Yeah, man, I was driving. I've had a beard since I was 15. So they made a shave back when I was in school. You couldn't just grow out a beard.
Had to shave
So right, as you shave your beard, you're instead of it being stringy like a kid, you know how you first start growing the peach fuzz. You start shaving, it's gonna start getting thick quick.
Yeah.
And about 15, I almost had a full beard.
15, I had my motherfucking sideburns, and I had a whole motherfucking chin strap.
Yeah.
When I get my hair cut, I did the chin strap 15, man.
There you
I ain't
go.
gonna lie, bro, but in our school, we had to fucking shave. We couldn't have no beard or nothing.
Right.
Shout out to Hayes High School, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man.
So my mom would be like, "Hey, Innocent, go pick up this customer from DFW." And the licenses weren't that strict for a sedan pickup. You didn't have to have a license or anything. I'm driving at 15 years old, picking up clients.
Damn.
So my mom would be like, "Hey, I'll give you $50." I mean, $50 at 15, that's like $1 million, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
So, yeah, man, I'm going up there picking them up, and my mom would have me cleaning cars, the limos, and at that time we had like a fleet of cars. So on my Saturday and Sundays while you're sleeping in, guess what I'm doing? Fucking having to clean. Man, I'm vacuuming, cleaning out the cars. And my mom, I love my mom, but man, she would just do the meanest things to me. Like, if I missed a spot, like, she would throw.
Look where you at?
Yeah, of course, in hindsight though. But she would throw dirt on the car.
Damn.
Man, I would start.
Go clean it.
Yeah, and I would start crying. I'm like.
Go clean it.
Man, I would start crying. I'm like, man, I just busted my ass cleaning these fucking cars and you over here throwing dirt on it.
Damn.
In my head.
Yeah.
And it is funny now because you know, my mom's in her late 60s, and I'm like Mom used to hit me, and she's like, I did that. My mom, she was like, I did that to you.
You know damn well you did it, Mama. Shout out to Mama. Love you, Mom.
Yeah, I love you, Mom. So while I'm in the hospital, get to where I'm at, I found the photo booth. I looked high and wide, 3 companies, and I went with this company. I finally found one in Dallas. I'm like, oh shit, where they at? And they were literally 10 minutes from my mom's house. So I call him, and the guy that owns it, guess who owns it? It's an Indian brother. He was born in South Africa, so he's African.
Damn.
Immigrated to Texas. Yeah. Now by trade, he worked for Experience. Y'all need to listen to this. This dude worked in a call center, Pops, making $12 an hour 10 years ago, okay? $12 an hour, working in a call center. You know, everybody's moving their call center overseas. He loses his job. So he was a DJ by, his hustle was a DJ. Yeah. Then he opens up a photo booth. He builds his own photo booth. He goes to Home Depot and he gets plywood, builds it out, goes to Walmart, buys the printer, and he uses a computer screen or whatever he used. And he still has the original photo booth. Yeah. And he starts his business like that. 6 years later, he's a millionaire.
Damn.
He did over 1,000 events in 1 year. So he sells the business, and now what he does is he helps other aspiring entrepreneurs.
That's some shit I would do. Like, I would help. I'll put Austin on. That's what I would do. Help every entrepreneur there is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I've said the same thing, but not everybody wants to be helped. So at the end of the day, you help yourself and your family, and you be like, forget everybody else or fuck everybody else.
Yeah. So what is it that you do? Like, you do sweet 16s? And
I do sweet 16, quinceañeras, weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, graduations, anything you can think of.
What was the best one that can you think of?
You know, it was a quinceañera I did in Kyle, and I mean, no, remember, this is a girl that she's just turning 15, and she literally probably spent around $20,000.
Damn.
She had the robots, and she had the whole 9.
Damn. Like, so what was their father and daughter dance? That's what we trying to figure out, right? We're trying to get some hip hop in ours.
So on a quince, they do it kind of different. It's almost like it's a wedding.
So a quince and a sweet 16
is different. So a quince is 15, and I guess Americans celebrate sweet 16, which I had to educate myself on that. I didn't know what that was either.
I mean, so was it kind of basically the same, like
same
dancing?
thing. Yeah. So to them, and they're in the Mexican culture, it's like she's an adult now, I guess, kind of.
On a sweet 16
no,
or 15?
A quinceañera, 15. So, I mean, sweet 16 is what? I don't know, like, hey, she's 16.
That's what I'm trying to,
I thought it got famous because of MTV. You remember that when, like, P. Diddy's son was 16?
Yeah.
They would throw these lavish parties.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what set it off.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think that's what set it off.
I mean, I don't know why
people want to be like that.
People want to celebrate and do big, I mean, I get that, but, like, man, it's crazy that someone would spend 10 G's for a sweet 16 or a quince. It's mind-blowing, but, hey, see, that's where you gotta see that little niche. Like, how can I make my money?
Yeah.
Right? If I'm a DJ or a photo booth, a photographer, a videographer, they're just.
What all do your services consist of? Like, what all do you do?
So what I do is I bring the photo booth there. So I have 2 photo booths. One's a really like a tall iPhone, basically a life-size iPhone. The other one's a smaller one.
You can really like.
Yeah. You touch it, text the phone, you take pictures on it. Yeah, you can do all that.
Did that cost you a pretty penny?
It was. Yeah. So no, people I get mad at, I don't allow no kids in there. Yeah. Anybody under 12, you have to have your parent. Yeah, they think it's a toy, and it's not a toy. It's a $10,000 equipment.
$10,000.
$10,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
How'd you think of that? Like, was that something somebody else was doing too, or you just like,
well,
you know what?
Back to me going to the Grammy party, I've seen them at other events, and I was like, man, if I find one better looking,
at the Grammy,
and I can do something better.
Yeah.
And if you see my photo booth compared to other ones that you may have seen, you're like, wow, that looks slick, it looks sexy, it looks nice.
You be on your shit.
Yeah.
You be on your shit, man.
You like your
Damn, man. So how long you been doing that?
So since January. So I started in February, and within February I had over $4,000 in bookings, and by March I was able to quit my job. And I was talking to the wife, and I was like, hey, I think this is something that we can scale and.
Yeah, man. So how many have you done so far?
So on my books right now, I have 54 events, and year to date, I've grossed over 25K.
Wow, man. Does it feel good, like working for yourself?
Yeah, definitely. So, you wake up on your own terms. Nobody's waking you up, but if you're disciplined, you still wake up at 5 in the morning and you get up and you do your, whatever you do, your meditation, your morning devotion, whatever you do. You cook breakfast and get my boys ready,
Damn, man. Hey, he working for himself.
Cook my wife breakfast.
That's what do you cook?
Babe, what do I cook you? What do I cook for you?
What you like?
Bacon and eggs.
What else?
You just warm up your mama's food.
I thought you was gonna say that. I hate that.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with the motherfucking bacon, man. Hey,
Yeah.
I like mine crispy. You know what I'm saying? I put mine in the oven for like 20 minutes on a sheet pan, and that shit come out. I mean, why we talking about food right now? I love that shit. I love eating.
Well, she supported me through this though. Now she's still working, so the goal is to retire her. Obviously, you have to have one income coming in.
That's what's up.
So that's the important part. You don't ever want to get in a position where like, oh shit, and then you're having to make bad, mistakes and we got to do this or we got to scale this down because now because of COVID, we've never missed a vacation. Lindy, have we missed a vacation?
What was the furthest place y'all been?
So she
Y'all
hasn't.
talking about
I've
Thailand.
been in
I ain't even
Asia.
been out of Texas, man. Shit.
So I've been in Asia. She's been all through the Caribbean, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got so I told her, we're going to Vegas this Sunday, and we're going back in July. So what we try to do is take small trips, but our big trip is in December. I'm taking my son. We're going to Dubai for New Year's, and then going to Cairo to go look at the Great Pyramids.
Oh man, bro! Please send me some pictures.
You follow me on Facebook, you'll see them.
Oh, yeah.
I like Seattle, Washington, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Atlanta, Florida.
I ain't been.
So this is what I share with people that are just traveling, or if you don't have the funds, but like at the end of the day, you're gonna always work, right? And I was at this point where I was in my late 20s, and people are bragging like, oh, I've been here, I've been there, and I was always simple. I was like, man, what do I have to show for it, right? Besides work, right? Family, kids, where am I gonna go? What have I done? I said, man, I really want to travel. That's what I want to do. That's what she wanted to do, right? Something we love to do. Like, it's okay to go to San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, right? And our first trip out of the country was on a cruise on Carnival. So we've been on 10 cruises. But I always tell anybody, like, if you're looking for a cost-effective method to travel, go on a cruise.
You done named all these cities, but you haven't mentioned Corpus Christi, Texas.
Yeah, been all through there.
Shout out to
We
Corpus
just got back
Christi.
Shout out to Corpus.
Yeah, shout out to Corpus. Caught some fish. Yeah, we camped out on the beach. We beach bummed it. Man, she fell asleep. And I kept the back of my van open.
And it was raining.
It's raining.
Beautiful.
Bro,
No way.
waves are crashing.
No way.
You like fishing?
Yeah, I fish. I mean, I like it. I'm not saying I do it all the time, but yeah, I enjoy it though.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Corpus Christi one time, you know what I'm saying?
But I think I've been to 26 states. I mean, so, someone asked me, like, why don't you want to go to the rest of them? I'm like, who wants to go meet Bob?
Yeah.
I don't want to go meet Bob in North Dakota. Unless I'm going hunting for whoever. I don't care who he is. We enjoy speaking to people that we have a difficulty pronouncing their name. We enjoy eating food. We don't know how to pronounce it. That's the kind of adventure we like.
So all the places you've been, like, what's the best food you tasted, like from not here?
Not here? Peru. Yeah, Peru had some really good food. South America.
What they had?
They had llama, alpaca.
Was it like what did it taste like?
It was
goat or?
Yeah, it was like goat. That's what we eat.
Dude,
Yeah,
listen,
it was like goat.
Do you know what a llama is?
Yeah, I know what a llama is. You might as well. I mean, I don't know.
You think you'll eat some llama meat?
I would try anything. I tell
It
my
was
kids,
good.
don't knock it till you try it.
Yes.
Don't knock it till you try
when
it.
I was in Vietnam, I ate a beetle. I ate some. I didn't eat snake, and I wasn't eating. I mean, it was very chewy.
Weirdest thing you.
I ate a beetle when I was in. It was like a big like escargot type thing, and man, it was.
We might thinking it's like, oh, it's nasty, but.
But to them, it's a delicacy, and also they ate rats.
Yeah,
I'll show you some
oh.
videos when we get offline.
All right.
So we went to the countryside, and man, they had snake, and I said, look, all I'm eating is crab and shrimp, because I can see what that looks like. You're not about to trick me. But you know, so we went out to the field, and here I love watching National Geographic. We're out in the middle of a fucking field, rice paddies all around us, acres, right? And I'm like, oh my god. I said, Ty, we're in fucking Southeast Asia, bro. Y'all don't have rattlesnakes, you have fucking king cobras.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I'm going back.
Damn.
So while they were digging, so they started digging, and they catch the rats. You know, the rats are it's a resource of red meat for them.
Damn.
So they eat them. Because it's a source of red meat. They don't eat city rats, they eat country rats because they're eating the rice, right?
Yeah.
They're a resource. And when I show you this video, dude, you're going to freak out when you see it. So we caught, I mean, this rat was probably like, it was big, bro. It was about this big. We caught all his family members, and I'm holding it, and, you know, gave it to them, and they're cheering, they're happy because they're about to have a good dinner, because they're about to have a feast. So, you know, those are things you got to prepare yourself mentally. And it was tough, man, because the restrooms, man, there was this one point where we were traveling, you know, and I was prepared because I watched videos. You know, anywhere you travel, you should watch YouTube. And, you know, I brought my sanitizer, I bought wipies and all that. But I walked into this one restaurant, and again, it was like a side bar, right? Bar, food, whatever it was. And, you know, there's no health department. There's nobody coming in there to check to see if they got... They don't have hot water. They don't have running water. And I walked into the restroom, and I just seen the cook go in there.
Yeah.
And I was sitting outside. So my buddy and his
it
cousin,
already sounded like it's not good.
okay, I walked in, bro. They had a barrel of sitting water that they used to wash their hands. So they handled their business, whether it was number 1 or 2, and they used that water that was sitting there. And bro, I almost threw I'm like, oh, so
God.
I come running out. I said, Ty, I'm not eating from here. He's like, why? I said, bro, did you see the restroom? I said, bro, I gotta use the restroom. I'm about to go out in that field over there. He's like, no, you can't do that. I'm like, who the fuck's gonna say something? I'm like,
That's fucked up, man.
there's no police here.
Hell
So, you know, those are some of the things you gotta prepare yourself for.
So when you ate that beetle, is there anything you can compare that to that we eat today?
It was like a tough jerky. That's
I
kind of
like
what.
beef
But
jerky.
it went no taste though. No taste.
No
It
taste?
wasn't like the teriyaki.
I probably would have ate it then if no taste.
I mean, I ate one, right?
It was crunchy.
Just to try it, yeah, like a weird,
Yeah.
bro. It was just a weird fucking taste.
Like he
It was
eating-
weird, bro.
I'm thinking probably like he was eating, like, you know, the bone in the mackerel fish. It's real soft, so you can crunch it. You know what mackerel is, right?
I don't believe I've eaten that.
It's a fish, but the bones in this fish, they very soft. You can just like, but it's just like a little spine like bone like, and you can just like eat. I mean, like even with the sardines, they still have
I like
the bone in
sardines.
there.
Yeah.
I love them.
No, I don't mess with that.
They cheat y'all the other
I love sardines, man.
You know, when you're in another country, you kind of like take it all in. So you're kind of like, you're on your adrenaline, and when I show you the video, you'll be like, I don't think I'll do that.
Love
You know?
sardines, man. I'll try anything once. I ain't gonna lie, man. I can't say that.
Have you ever ate turtle?
No, I haven't.
No.
No.
You?
Yes. Have you ever ate?
I've eaten frog legs.
Frog legs is good.
Hey.
Rabbit?
Yes, rabbit's good. Duck is good.
Duck is
Raccoon?
Ask Lindy how mountain oysters are. You know what those are? Hold on. You know what those are? Mountain oysters?
Don't say that.
Yeah.
Let them.
I don't.
Lindy said they were.
Innocent.
Huh.
Shut up.
I love you. Hey,
What's up with the pizza, man?
My daddy tricked me.
ask her how those mountain oysters were.
How was those mountain oysters?
Nasty.
If y'all know what
She
mountain
said
oysters are,
nasty.
comment below. Hey,
Anybody know what mountain oysters are?
You said they cowboys.
Let me what? Cow balls.
they're cow balls.
Alright.
Like big mom.
Oh, nah, see, that's why, I ain't gonna lie, I swear to God, that's why I said there's some shit that I wouldn't do. Y'all want a pizza?
I ain't know it.
Everybody?
Hey,
My daddy tricked me.
Hey, we sorry, y'all can't see, but we got
this
pizza
pizza
right
look
here.
good right here. Oh, they gonna see me eating it.
Hey, we gonna be eating on the show, baby. That's what we do, baby. Get you one. Hey, you wait a minute. No, you wait a minute.
I haven't ate pizza Patron in a long time.
Man. Hey, shout out to Pizza Patron, y'all. Hey, we putting y'all on. We need some kind of sponsor, you know what I'm saying? We need some kind of sponsor. Look, check this out. Pizza Patron.
So, yeah, that's kind of my traveling story right there.
So tell everybody why they should. If your daughter having a Sweet 16, tell them why you the best. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you trying to capture the memories, you need a photo
There you
booth there.
go.
Besides the photographer, I mean, with a photographer, you kind of like trying to be. There's a difference between our photo booth and a photographer. In a photo booth, you can have fun with it, put props, you can kind of act out a character in it. Put some glasses on, act goofy, however you want to do it. In a photograph, you'll see most people that they grab their partner, or they're kind of stiff with it. So a photo booth actually allows people to kind of let loose a little bit.
I've seen you do the interviews afterwards.
Right.
What kind of questions you be asking? So my daughter was like, "Oh, he do questions."
What'd you think of it? Let me ask you that.
I thought it was cool. You know what I'm saying? To ask them how did they like your services and shit. You know what I'm saying? What was the best part of it? You know what I'm saying? I thought it was cool.
Right, so I was actually taught that by my mentor. He said the one thing that other business owners don't do in the photo booth is get a testimony from your client, right? So anybody can go on Google and put a fake review or a Facebook review, right? I can call all my kids if I can tell you to go do it.
Yeah.
But who's gonna go on video and live for you?
True that.
And you're actually at the event. So if you see me, I'm at the event, like I'm not inside your house, right?
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, man.
She always talking shit.
Do you have like a favorite one that you've done?
One of my, I'll say this, I did one in Waco, and it was a Sweet 16, and the food was cooked. You could tell it was cooked in the backyard, and Uncle Joe or whoever it was, or Uncle
Back there stirring shit
Oh
up.
yeah, it was a black man on the grill.
Oh damn.
It was a black man on the grill,
Okay,
but the barbecue baked beans were on point.
Okay.
The ribs, the brisket. Oh man.
So that food was that party was the best food you ever had at anyone?
And I've been to parties where they probably spent $20,000-$30,000 on, and that food was the best. I did a 40th birthday party in Houston. She rented out a restaurant. It was this Latin fusion. So you're thinking like, oh, this food about to be good, right?
Latin. You hear Latin, you think it's gonna be good.
It was terrible.
Oh damn. What was it?
It was in Houston.
No, what was it?
So they had pasta, they had ribs, beef tips, some chicken, but it was all dry, bland, didn't taste good.
So that was the worst food you had?
Worst food I had.
God damn.
And they spent a lot of money. As soon as I ate the food, I'd have been like, hey, you giving me a discount. You owe me some money.
Yeah.
Because I would have been like, I'm gonna give you this much, and I want to try that food out before I pay you in full. There's no way I would have paid whatever that portion is for the food. And then the drinks. If you didn't get a shot, the drinks were all watered down. So think about it from this is what the venue's gonna do, a shiesty one, right? They're gonna have this liquor bottle, whatever, and they're gonna fill it up probably with water.
Yeah. Oh,
You see what I'm saying? They had to, because my buddy came and he likes drinking like vodka soda. So we're ordering vodka soda. I'm like there's nothing in here. Like, what is this?
I hate when they do that shit.
So
that's why I be really watching. Like, man, come on now.
So what we were having to
paying our
do
money, we should get what we asked for.
Right, so she paid for all this. She probably paid $15,000 for the venue, the drinks, the food.
Yeah.
So I'd have to go up there, I'd get a drink, and then I would be like, hey, give me a shot. So I'm having to get to dump the shot in there to make it right. But yeah, it was horrible. But I've been to some really nice events. I got some more coming up. One of my buddies, they're getting married in a mansion.
So what was the nicest place? Not the food, but the nicest place you've been to?
Nicest place. There's been quite a few of those. I always said that a couple got married on Lake Travis. I forgot the venue that it was called, but it overseen Lake Travis, the sunset. Yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah, the food was good. The food was good. It was alright. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Man. Now let everybody know where they can find you
Yeah,
and reach you.
you guys, if you need a photo booth for your event, whether it's social, don't matter how big or small, give me a call. 512-924-2894 or hit me up on Instagram or Facebook at Flash Party Photo Booth. Did it cut off?
Yeah. That's
I think it's still going.
That's alright, we still got that one right there. Say, you know what I'm saying? My boy, Bubba.
That was fun, man.
Man, I appreciate that, man. I don't know what happened to my phone, but we still going live on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? But it's been real, man. I appreciate you coming, dog, helping us. You know, we small right now. We trying to get our shit together, man. Like, I wish I was like you, like, it seemed like it was planted in your head to be what you are right now. Like, a real entrepreneur, like you going to get it like non-stop, bro.
Yeah.
I wish I was like that, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm not.
You
like,
don't gotta wait, but you can though, right? Like, what are some of your dreams and your aspirations? You know, if you don't write them down, it's just a wish on paper.
Yeah.
You know, unless you write the shit down, right?
Yeah.
My boys at a young age, they have a poster of their what their lifestyle is, right? Both my boys do it. They both put like a mansion on there, like, hey, what type of woman you want, right? One of my sons put this, you know, this one woman on there. My other son put like 5 women on there. So at the end of the day, man, if you don't set your course and you don't have your mindset, you don't have that tunnel vision, bro. You're gonna be like spinning your wheels, bro. You're like, damn, why am I not doing that? Like, what? You really need to look at yourself and give a self-assessment to yourself. Like, what am I not doing to get, or what did that person do to get to where he's at? And that's kind of what I did. Where I'm 41 years old, right? Hey, in my head, I was like, hey, I need to get to here before I'm 50. You know, you team up with the right person. Like I'm with this guy Josh, my mentor. I think I can do what I was gonna do in 10 years, in 2 years.
That's what's up.
You see. You see the thinking's different?
I feel like you like planted around the right people.
Right. So, you know, there's a saying, right? Who are the 5 people you hang around? That's who you're going to become. So if the 5 people, look, I'm not looking at nobody, rather, look, I got friends that smoke weed, that drink, that party, that do whatever. But at the end of the day, if they're not, are they about making money or doing something, you know, that's who you're going to be. You know, the friends that I have are entrepreneurs. They make money. They're career minded. You know, they're about their hustle, right? So,
your friends? Who has the best business right now out of your friends?
You know, so I'm not gonna count Josh as my friend, right? He's more of my mentor, but he's like a friend though, right? The one in Dallas. It's my buddy James in San Antonio. So he flips houses. I mean, he just made $180,000.
Damn, that house must have been.
Oh, excuse me. He made $80,000.
Okay, but still, that house must have been beautiful as hell.
Yeah.
Did it have like a beautiful scenery?
It
like,
did.
You know what I'm saying?
So, you know, our goal, he was planning on moving to Atlanta. He had just bought a 5-bedroom house, swimming pool, outdoor patio, hot tub, and we were going to Airbnb it out.
Yeah.
So he was like, hey, we came up with some terms. Me and another gentleman, he's in the military. We were gonna take it on and fully automate it. Have a secure lock on there. Put the cameras in there. The cleaning service. Put it on Airbnb, on some other sites that you can rent it out on.
Yes.
And long story short, he ended up not going to Atlanta. He's selling the home. So he had another side house he was working on.
So it's flipping houses. Is that where we need to be at?
Of course. Real estate is always something everybody should be doing. And, you know, I've even partnered with some of my friends. Like, hey, we all need to chip in. Like, if all of us can do $1,000 a month, we put into this account and we buy something. I mean, you see stories of that all the time where a group of friends that you trust, right? Trust. That's the important part, right? You got to trust them, right? Because one day there's going to be a lot of money in there, and, you know, everybody has access to it. You got to make sure, like, hey, you know.
Because like we said earlier, money
changes people, man.
Changes
You know, if they can't handle $10 or $100, what makes you think they'll trust? You know, you can trust them with $10,000 or $1,000, right?
Yeah.
So that's important.
Yes, sir.
So
Damn,
any friends I have, I could trust them in my home, and they could walk right in right now. And those are the ones I trust, right? The other ones, there'd be a gun waiting on you if you walked in unannounced. You see what I'm saying? So you got to get to a certain point at an age where you get to an age where you gotta cut all the bullshit out.
Yes, sir.
You know, and like I was telling you yesterday, man, you know, I'm very happy that I've had 2 of my friends that were inspired by what I've done. And that's not my intent. If you see on Facebook, my intent is not to show off or boast about what I'm doing.
I don't even feel like that about you.
Yeah.
And I like going out people's motherfucking energy.
Yeah, you can feel their vibe, and
yeah,
you know.
And I don't even feel that way about you.
Yeah, my mentor, man, you know, the dude owns a BMW, what's that 2-door BMW that's like 140,000? He has one of those sitting in his garage. And he's like, yeah, man, he doesn't know he's gonna let me take that out for our anniversary. But yeah, you'll see me in it.
Hey, man,
yeah.
Man. I'm gonna check you out, man.
Yeah.
You be having adventures, man. For real,
yeah. And, you know, and I call you, as you can see, I come from humble beginnings too. It's just, where's your focus going to be at, and are you going to do what it takes to get there? So, are you going to make those, like I was telling you, you're going to make those 1 videos per week. That's what you got to commit to, right? I'm starting my YouTube channel. Am I going to make 1 video per day? You know, one thing my mentor challenged me was like, hey man, your videos are too short. You need to get up to 5, 6, 10 minutes. I'm like, damn. I'm like, bro, I can't even talk like that. And he was like, well, you talk anyways. Like, yeah, you need to find something, just fucking ramble. And, you know, he's real hardcore. And but, you know, this guy's 30 years old. So, but, you know, again, he spends, he told me he spent, before COVID, he spent $50,000 in self-development.
Damn, man. COVID fucked a lot of people over, I feel like.
It did. But, you know, remember, like, you know, knowledge is power, right? There's no shortage of knowledge. You can go on Google and Google anything. How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do this, right?
Pop always say you believe in Google, don't you?
Yeah.
What else, Pop?
Right.
Then
So,
Google it.
Google it.
You believe in Google, don't you?
Yeah.
Then Google it.
You know, with my boys, I consider this a cuss word. If you ever say, I don't know, I'll whoop the shit out of them.
Man,
If you say, I don't know, I'll whoop the shit out of you. And I told them that.
I need to put that in.
Because it's scientifically proven. When you say, I don't know, it shuts down your brain. Your brain waves stop when you say, I don't know. So when your kids say that, you better figure this shit. You better figure it out real quick.
Say what you gotta say, Pop.
Yeah, go ahead. Let me eat some.
Alright, we were speaking on Google, right? Yeah, I'm all with this Google stuff or whatever. Can your children use a dictionary besides Googling the word? Can they go straight to the dictionary and look up this word? With Googling, that's cheap.
Like on a paperback?
Yes! But Google is cheap. To me, they're not really learning nothing. I'm going, you know how to use a dictionary, right?
Right.
Yeah. Can they?
Are you ready to respond? So, you know, he comes from the old school, right? Where they had encyclopedias. And so you remember those? They used to come door to door selling encyclopedias.
Exactly.
You remember that? Now, what's happened to them?
I don't know.
They're out of business, Pops.
I mean,
Pops, they're out of business because of Google.
I don't care. I don't care.
Right.
You said they out of business. Mm-hmm. But have you took the time to go out there and look for a dictionary to show your children where it all
But you know, Pops, it's a sign of the times though, where it's moved from paperback to online, and that's something you just gotta get used to. It's not going anywhere. We'll never go back to paperback.
I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm coming for you.
All right.
When it was like free the slaves, I mean, they weren't Googling on how you free the slaves. Let me see how you free the slaves. Mm-hmm. Let me Google that. Yeah, they went off music.
The stars.
Yeah, music, the stars. And then they would sing songs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It must be there, and they sing songs.
Did you know? Do you know where the braiding of the hair came from?
You know what? I already know.
Do you know?
Can I say it?
Yeah, go ahead. Put the camera on here, man. So they need to hear
with the braiding of the hair, right?
Oh.
With the braiding of the hair, all right, they would escape from these slave plantations or whatever. They would put food, they would put gold in their hair, right? Right?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So the design, like Iris used to have, that was like their pathway to freedom.
Oh,
yeah.
damn. Okay.
They have, I mean, you know you have to eat. So it might be like rice, gold, and all that in their hair. So, you know, black people, Indians, or whatever, they got thick hair. So, you know, they have to have a whole lot of gold in their hair. Even if they got caught or whatnot, man, they had an asshole full of money in their head. You know, right? Right?
You're right, Doc.
Boom. Yeah.
That's what's up. I did not know that, man. That's what's up.
Yeah. Ooh, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
But you gotta remember, now think if the slaves had the internet, do you not think they would use it? You don't think there'd be one Negro in there and be like, shit,
Yeah, we gotta learn how to read. We gotta learn how to read.
Yeah, so think about that, right? One person learned how to read, and they taught another black person how to read. That black person taught another person how to read.
Word them out.
Alright, you know what? We got on that. We man, my baby boy, we got on that last night. I was like, Doug, you know what? I was like, people don't really like reading books no more. I was like, yeah, when was the last book that have you read? You remember?
Yeah, bro.
So, I was like,
I'll look up shit on the internet. Like,
And that's
I
how we
like to
talk,
learn
man.
about Mars missions. I like to learn about future medicines or future technology, animals. I read up on all of that shit. Just because I don't read a book doesn't mean I don't read.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
and you know what?
And I don't read up on no bullshit.
You know
So
what?
that's how I feel.
You know what? You remember I was telling you about my job, library, the books that they have, and they had like encyclopedia books on all kinds of animals. I mean, color pictures, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Color pictures and all that. You know, ooh.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying, man.
When we start talking about
I like
that
reading.
shit really touched my heart. Because a lot of people, they don't know that.
Right.
Don't nobody know that.
I didn't know that either.
Whoa!
I didn't know that either.
Oh!
You know, it's important for our young, especially mine, right? Because they're mixed.
Mm-hmm.
And for them to know, and I tell my youngest one, like, hey, you gonna face some shit. Just like I did. You know, I had some redneck high school coaches, man, you know, they used to throw away our football letters. And you know, we were talking about school shootings where, you know, these guys used to harass me so bad.
Yeah.
To where, like, I leaned towards, like, more Mexican and blacks as my friends.
Yeah.
You know, and I never once thought about, I'm gonna come to school and stab somebody.
Yeah.
You know, you just deal with it, you cry, and you just go home like, damn, why they picking on me? Like, I just want to play. Like, I just want to play. Like,
So you felt that racism
oh
too?
yeah,
right? You know what I'm saying?
especially when 9/11 happened. Now imagine me when I had long hair. I had long hair down to here,
Oh, damn.
and before you were having to take off your shoes, I was already having to do that.
Damn.
Oh, like, oh, you're getting picked, and every time I travel with her, you can ask her. Oh, come right here, sir.
Yeah. God damn, man.
Before, I got a small. I didn't have to go through. I wasn't getting lashed at, you know, or beaten with a whip. So at the end of the day, you just gotta.
Get them lashes,
right, it's part of it. So I mean, you take it in hindsight.
You think they can give you a bummer or something?
Yeah, of course.
You get them 3 lashes, man.
Hey, we're in Miami, and I told Lindia, I said, look, she was in front of me, some white people, and watch. They were like, pass. Oh, stop, let me swap your hands. And they were swabbing for bomb residue.
Whoa!
And who do you think it stopped on? On me. You think that's coincidence?
See, that's fucked up, man. Everybody get racial profile.
Yeah.
But at a different level, though, right?
Yeah, on a different level. Yeah, it's still fucked up, though.
Yeah. Where I had, coaches calling me a camel jockey and things
God.
like, here, and I was like a scrawny ass kid, and it wasn't until.
That should be fucked. Nobody should be doing that shit. Coaches and shit.
And I hated them for that. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bust their ass because they're my friends on Facebook, and I'm waiting for the right time to really nail them. But when you see people's true angle, right? So like these redneck coaches, why are they like that? So when you look at the whole Trump stuff now I know why you treated me like that. Now I know why you treated me like that.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah. So, you know, here I am, I'm 14 years old, and, you know, how would you feel if a credible person that you look up to is calling you a camel jockey and calling you racial names?
Man, that's something racist toward, that's something racist toward him.
Do that really mean you ride a camel?
No. Yeah, I guess they're making fun
You know
of
how
me.
they call us the N-word, that's something just racist toward him.
Well, yeah, I mean, but that, again, you know, we don't even have a desert in Pakistan or India. These
know you
idiots don't even know.
You motherfuckers just be going off stupid shit.
Yeah.
They
Like,
just,
Africa got the largest desert, y'all calling me a camel jockey. Like, you know, I don't even know what y'all talking about.
I mean, but it is hot where you from.
Yeah,
that's how where we from. See, we from Africa, ain't we?
Hey, I taught my son.
I'm from America.
Look, I told my son, first time somebody calls you a racial slur, you hit him right on the nose. On point. I said, I don't care. Till you turn 17 or 18, don't do it. Let them hit you first. You gotta let them start it. But I said, right now, from middle school to you, before you turn 17, anybody call you a racial slur, I want you to start fighting on site. Start fighting. Just to start whooping ass. So, but yeah, man, that's kind of my story, man.
One more time, man, tell everybody they can reach you at, man. If y'all having a Sweet 16 for your daughter like I am, this is the man to call, man. I'm telling you, man.
Y'all hit me up. Again, 512-924-2894. If you're looking for the best photo booth in town.
That's what's up. You on Facebook too?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, Instagram at Flash Party Photo Booth.
Hit that man up, man. One more time, you know what I'm saying? Go Rogue Podcast. Shout out to Aunt Jackson. We can now. Shout out to my boy Daryl, my bro. I love you, man. Shout out to my mom, Evelyn_Joyner at yahoo.com. Remember, she make all kind of baskets for any kind of occasion she got, y'all. Shout out to Gadsden's. This is it. The best barbershop in the motherfucking town. I don't give a fuck. Shout out to Renee. Shout out to Lo. Y'all already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Peace out.